Hi there, welcome. It's Tuesday night. What is it? Oh gosh, it's the 12th of May, and it's Bobcast. I'm back with you. Now, I got into trouble yesterday or today because someone said, "You're going on too long. It used to be 10 to 11 minutes, then it was 12 to 13, it was 15 minutes. I'm going to keep this one down, okay? Keep it nice and short. That'll satisfy you all. Anyhow, nice to be with you. As somebody said to me yesterday, breaking wind in a lift is wrong on just so many levels. But anyhow, what's your day been like? Mine's been an interesting one. The weather has been sort of different, a bit of rain, and not a huge amount, but enough. Lots of strong wind, which is where the lift joke came from, and it's been cold. So cold, in fact, I had to put the heating on. So I put it on about 4 o'clock because I was feeling chilly. It might have been easier and cheaper just to put a jumper on, but didn't really think about that very much. So heating on, but we've still got the old short sleeve shirts. Gosh, look at that white bit there. That's strange, isn't it? That's where it's been resting on the edge of the desk. And the plaster's gone from where I had my blood test taken. Haven't got the results, but the plaster's gone. I meant to share with you yesterday. The lovely nurse who came and took me, she was all barriered up with PPE and all that stuff, and I was in mask and gloves and things. So the lovely nurse who took the bloods from me, she needed to take two different sets, and and she said, "Oh, I'm just looking for a vein." "Oh, you're a vein," she said, and I thought, gosh, that reminds me of the Carly Simon song, "You're so vain, you probably think the song is about you." So I sort of said that, and then she said, "Oh, my name's Flo, by the way." And as she was doing that, she was drawing the blood out of my vein, and I just thought, what a cracking name for somebody who takes blood. So I said, "Flo, do you mind if I talk about you on my broadcast?" And she said, "No, because no one's listening anyway, are they?" And I said, "No, they're not." So Flo, hi. But I just thought, Flo, what a good name. Great name. So I walked by sort of one of these outdoor cafes today, and I saw a chap sitting there, had an empty glass in front of him. And I said, "Oh, hi, listen, do you want another one?" And he said, "Why would I want two empty glasses?" Which I thought, "Oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear." By the way, talking of trees, because I was in the woods having a little wander around, I wonder how trees get on the internet. Do you think they log on? And if you lose your dog in the woods, what do you do? Well, you put your ear to a tree and listen for the bark. Yes, absolutely. These are from a calendar I was given, a bad joke for every day, and I think they will carry on. So I went to Sainsbury's today, and it was a bit embarrassing. Thank goodness I didn't have my dog collar on, because I got caught stealing a leg of lamb. So the security guard came up to me and said, "What are you doing with that?" And I said, "Well, potatoes, peas, gravy, a bit of mint sauce, maybe some onion sauce, something like that." He didn't see the funny side of it either. So I got home this afternoon, and I watched a bit of Little Britain. I'm watching a couple of things. Watching a thing called Shittish, which is a Jewish thing. I've talked about it before. But as a bit of light relief, I'm watching some Little Britain. It's quite shocking, actually. I mean, it was very funny in its day, and it's still funny. It makes me laugh out loud. But it's like Heineken. They reach bits that others daren't reach. You certainly couldn't reach today. But yeah, that has made me chuckle. And as I often do in the afternoon, I had a bit of a sleep. And I had this fabulous dream. I dreamt that I saw a colour I'd never seen before. Anyhow, it just turned out to be a pigment of my imagination. So yesterday we had that wonderful poem, "The Caged Bird" by Maya Angelou, and that was such a fabulous poem. It really was. And I've been looking up some of her other poetry online, and I recommend it to you because there's some very phenomenal women. There's some very strong poetry there. It's really good. Today we go to sort of the other end of the spectrum, and this has come in from one of my listeners, and it's a true story, she says, about, well, I'll let the poem speak for itself. It's called Roddy the Reeking Rats by Katrina Good. This is a tale of Roddy the Rat, who got himself stuck in a bit of a spat. Now doing at Hunshaw, a bonny wee place, Farmer Goody thought he'd blocked up the wee space. But Mrs. Goody one day in the kitchen did smell such a nasty fume, she let out a yell, "Oh no, I smell a dead creature, I can't have this. We'll have to root it out, I know that something's amiss." She looked in the cupboard, suspecting a mousie. She ne'er wanted one inside her clean housie. She searched all around, high and low, a wee creature to find. But all summer lang she could get nae the stench out of her mind. She berated her husband. "What on earth is that smell? I swear it's horrid, it's right out of hell. It's under the skirting right doon at my foot. Can you nae get it off for us? Take a good look," said she. "I canna get it off, the skirting's so tight. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried with all my might," said he. Next day the young joiner, he knocked on the door. "I'll find out what's hiding doon on the floor," said she. The stink it was reeking and nasty as ever. He pulled and he tugged and he wrenched with his lever. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible poetry, that. Terrible. Nasty as ever with lever. Off came the skirting with a squeak and a creak. The smell was so powerful no one could speak. The evidence was there, and all at once, I knew it! I'm sure not a dunce," said Mrs. G. There, stiff like a board, and as dead as could be, was Roddy the Rat, stuck stiff between pipe and wall. He was lang dead and gone, his future was past. Holding his nose, Mr. G wicked him out at last. Well, that's the end of him, and the end of this reeking smell. I told you, it stank out of hell. Thank God now at last we're rid of Roddy the Rat. He's as dead can be, and can never come back. Well, that's an interesting poem, poor old Roddy. No rats were harmed during the writing of the poetry, but I'm not sure that I can say that no rats were harmed during the during the subject of the poetry the poem was about. But who knows? So if you want to send some poetry in, please do. I've got quite a lot more already, but I'd be delighted to have some more. Or maybe you could have a go at writing some. That would be quite good. I'm thinking myself I'm going to do some fairly soon and get it written and see where we get to. Keep off politics and keep off sex and all those other things that I don't understand. But politics are interesting, aren't they? It's interesting watching the politics of people at the moment and the politics that are coming out on television. And just what are people really thinking? Everyone's tempers seem to be getting up. People seem to be stirring things a bit at the moment. And I'm hoping that we can actually just simmer it all back down again, because we don't want to see the things getting all uptight. I had a friend, by the way, who was told today he had the possibility of going back to work. He worked at a keyboard factory, but he's been sacked because he wasn't putting in enough shifts. IBM. The other thing, I told you I was into trouble for being too long. Well, yesterday I was also accused of being a plagiarist. Their words, not mine. But there we are. So here we go. Tuesday, we're heading towards another weekend. We're heading towards Ascension Day, a week on Thursday. We're heading towards it's sort of the end of the 40 days of Easter. I know it's a week and a bit to go, but we are beginning to roll along there. And then we get into ordinary time, and we're going to have to think how we deal with all that ordinary time. I've just been writing my sermon, and I've been saying that one of the things is that we feel a bit sort of blank and dark at the moment, almost like orphans, but actually we're not. We have got someone through God to be with us and walk with us. So I hope that on this Tuesday night, Tuesday the 12th of May, that you're okay, that you're surviving, and the weather's treating you reasonably well. It seems to be different all over the country. I hope that you enjoy some of these things that I rattle on about. My dad always said to me, by the way, which I thought was good, he always said, don't be quick to find faults. He was a good man, but he was a terrible geologist. that did make me chuckle. Anyhow, there you are, my dears. Nice to be with you. And I'll speak to you tomorrow, which will be Wednesday, the middle of the week. Monday, Tuesday, then there's the Wednesday, then there's the Thursday and the Friday. So it's the middle of the week. One of my favourite days. Remembering those who are struggling, those for whom life is hard, but also giving thanks for those who are actually finding life pretty good. Just take care. And so, Lord, watch thou, dear Lord, with those who wake or watch or weep tonight. Give your angels charge over those who sleep. Tend your sick ones, Lord Christ. Rest your weary ones. Bless your dying ones. Soothe your suffering ones. And pity your afflicted ones. Shield your joyous ones. And all for your love's sake. Amen. Last night, actually the wife and I had a long argument about whose turn it was to do the laundry. But eventually I folded. Bye.